Hey guys, quick video on how to get away from Dexers who have archery. Using archery the proper way with dexterity, you'll see these guys are getting their shots off real quick, and it looks like, man, they're shooting a lot faster than I remember. That's because their dexterity is going to depict how they shoot their bows. And so this is a good thing. Initially, people might be like, oh my gosh, that's way off, but check this out so you can see kind of how it works. These guys both have over 100 dex. They probably chug some greater agility potions, and so I'm just running away, playing defensive. What you don't want to do is stop and try and mess around and dump on one of these guys. Treat it a lot like you would if you're getting ganked by two really good mages, because these guys are two really good dexers. So you don't want to sit there and mess around with them. But when you see them start casting, that's a good time for you to start casting, because they have to re-equip their bow and reset their target to attack you, unless they have a key to attack last combatant. But most people do. But anyway, it's still a good idea to use that time to cast, especially if you see them get a shot off. Unless there's a very large group of them, then you just keep straight lining, because they can't shoot while they're straight lining. And straight lining means you're just running literally straight. So you'll see I take bends and turns to try and get away from, depending on the situation. But mainly what I want to do here is, since they're dexters, I want to exhaust their mana. And they can't regain mana as fast as I can. I don't teleport as much as I could, or as much as I should. I'm sort of testing it out to see how far I can run before it becomes a serious issue about them hurting me. But with a few greater heal potions and a couple teleports, it's not really a big deal at all. That's why I'm hoping they keep this in the game, because it can really create some class diversity out there in the endgame group PvP, because people, kind of just run around with explosion prepped and e-bolts prepped, and seems like there might be a little room for some other stuff, and this might encourage people to play another class because it helps for the rundown. No, they're not going to kill me here, because I'm showing how to kind of get away from it, so this isn't a video about, but it's a great example of what to do if you find yourself in this situation. You're getting ran down and you're a mage. What are you going to do? Now, if I were a dexer and I had healing, I would just be healing through all of this with bandages, and it wouldn't be an issue at all. At some point, you'd have to try and create some separation to get away from these guys, run for a place where you can go and hide, get around a corner, get inside of a dungeon, use the dungeon entrance, something to kind of throw them off so they run past you. You can create more separation, things like that. But in this case, I'm a mage. A lot of you guys are probably going to play mages that would be concerned with this. Most dexters probably wouldn't be complaining about this. But so anyway, use your teleports and your greater heal potions. You'll never get into a precarious situation unless you run into a dead end or somewhere, in which case if it were mages chasing you to gank you, you'd be in just as much trouble. So the point here is to show you how to get away from it using teleport, exhausting their mana. I know he's used teleport quite a few times, both of these guys, and they're hurting on mana because they don't have meditation, even though they're wearing medable armor. So I'm going to keep using my teleport. So that means you got to do at least 6 or 7 until you create that point where they can no longer teleport and try and keep up with you. And so that's what I'm going to do here, is take advantage of that. By right now, I know he's used quite a few teleports and his mana is probably hurting, so I'm not spamming it, but I'm coming pretty close here to using as much teleport as I can. And then once I feel like I have that distance, just like a Dexter might, instead of using hiding, I'm going to use the spell. But anyway, guys, I really wanted to showcase that this could really make things interesting out there in the field, with getting different classes out there. Now, this is perfect. If you were a Dexter and you had hiding, you could use the hiding skill there, but I'm using the spell, and it just kind of highlights what's nice about it. They kind of stop here. It's just perfect. I lost him. The other guy, yeah. So that's what's great about it. You can still get away. It doesn't affect the 1 versus 1. But anyway, guys, I hope you get out there. I know you're excited to play. I'm excited to play, and hopefully they consider keeping this, because it's pretty interesting. It's really going to mix stuff up out there. Thanks, guys.